In times recent, fan games have been on the rise. In particular for this review, however, we will be focusing on none other than the classic Wonder Boy franchise. For those who are new, Wonder Boy was a 1986 classic arcade hit that was inspired by the famous Super Mario Bros. Later on in the franchise, however, creator and director Ryuichi Nishizawa wanted to evolve the series into more of an RPG-esque game to give it more of an identity, and was inspired by games such as Dragon Quest. Thus, Monster Land was born. The Monster World series would span a total of 4 mainstream games, with the final game in the spin-off series ending in 1994. However, that did not stop MAX TEAM, as they have been working on a Monster World-inspired RPG for over a decade. Was it worth the wait? Let's find out. As most classic Monster World games begin, the world is in danger and in need of a hero to save it. Sounds cliché, right? Well, of course it is. But Monster World RPG does it in a way that takes storytelling in these games to a new level. This game takes all of the characters, worlds, and other material and gives them a fresh coat of paint. Gone are the blank slate, silent protagonists you once were, and instead the game trades them for something much more entertaining. The overall time period aspect is tossed aside, and MAX TEAM tries something bold and different by having the main character participate in scenarios that belong to other characters, similar to Kingdom Hearts. Each character has a role, regardless of who they were in previous entries. Even forms that belong to one person end up being their own entity. You are Max, a typical hero type who is simply asked to watch over a friend's house while he is away at the castle for his night duties. From this point on, the game steadily picks up the pace, as new scenarios, as well as reimagined scenarios from 6 games, make their way into this well-written and lengthy campaign. Along the way, you will encounter a huge variety of party members and NPCs, who all have their own stories, personalities, and, last but not least, quests that will help you obtain items, information, and strength as the game progresses. The story has both light-hearted and dark moments, and it is written to the point where I don't even miss the way the characters used to be in previous entries. To put it simply, Monster World RPG is a gorgeous game. It takes the resources of the series, and a few other franchises, and puts them to work. Lots of work was done to make this project look the way it does, due to the fact that each and every tile had to be transformed from a side-scrolling 2D plane to a top-down view. And it is done incredibly well. At times, I got a Zelda, A Link to the Past or Earthbound feel, as these graphics are colorful and rounded. Some characters and monsters look just as goofy and appealing as ever before, as there are things both new and old here. Speaking of which, the amount of custom work done here is astounding. Not only are there returning NPCs and monsters, but there are a wide variety of NPCs that I could immediately tell were not in the original games. Like any Monster World game, this entry does not disappoint in the graphics department. Its backdrops, tiles, characters, and many other elements are bursting with rich colors and creative designs. Does that mean it's perfect? No. There are some tiling issues here and there that could use a bit of tweaking, but nothing that will take away from the beautiful areas you will come across. The in-game movie sequences are also quite a treat, as they make you feel like you're on a grand and epic adventure. It also has completely custom face sets with several emotions for each main character and important NPC. Heck, there are even face sets for characters after they have evolved. On that note, we should get started on the real meat of the game. There is a wealth of content to sink your teeth into with Monster World RPG. The game includes Dragon Quest-style casinos, coliseums, minigames, puzzles, and a lot of platforming. You'll find yourself hopping, dodging traps, climbing, and doing a variety of other actions that keep the exploration from feeling repetitive. Monster World RPG takes the Metroidvania elements of Monster World 2 and 3 and uses them as its core design. The world is mostly open, but there will be limits to where you can go until you progress further in the story. Exploration and freedom are strong points in this game, and it rewards you pleasantly for doing so. See a suspicious wall? Walk up to it, because another thing Monster World is known for is hidden doors and pathways disguised as walls. The game reminds me a lot of Zelda and Lufia 2, which is a very good thing. Just make sure to carry a pen and paper for some of the puzzles, because you will most likely need them in certain cases. The battle system itself follows the common rpgmaker 2003 protocol. It features an ATB system that is most likely better enjoyed on wait mode for this particular game. The amount of items and equipment available is just right for a game like this. The game encourages exploration over simply grinding levels, although leveling up certainly helps. Each party member can evolve in this game. If you are a fan of Pokemon or Shining Force, you will like this feature. Monster World RPG is full of minigames. This game has a very lengthy campaign of over 30 hours, so it is only natural that you might want to stray from the main story to visit the casino or fight a variety of cameo characters in the Colosseum. If you decide to participate in the main story, some minigames will occur that require your full attention, as some of them can lead to a game over. Saving is very important in this game, as some sections can prove difficult if you are not used to them yet. In some minigame scenes you will be doing crazy and fun things, like dodging rocks in a minecart, connecting circuits, and even taking down ships in space. Side quests are also abundant, with over 30 to complete. One of them is specifically for completionists who want to see everything. It is in your best interest to revisit areas frequently if you want to obtain as much content as possible for your record book. The recording book in this game is known as the Wonder Book. It includes everything you need to know about discoveries such as NPCs, monsters, current goals, side quests, and more. Simply opening and scrolling through the Wonder Book when I first obtained it gave me a sense of excitement. There are so many question marks in it that you begin to wonder what lies ahead, and you quickly get a feel for the sheer amount of content the game offers. Monster World RPG does a great job of keeping the player informed. Not once did I find myself completely lost or clueless about what to do regarding the main storyline. The Monster World games have always been full of catchy tunes. Not only that, but there are also some good cameo choices of music, such as the ship theme from Wario Land 1 and 2. I felt right at home while playing through the game and listening to the tracks it had to offer. The game itself is about 50% rehash and 50% original. It is a perfect blend of nostalgia and completely original lore and content that makes this a must-have title for Wonder Boy fans and fans of good RPGs. Whether you are a veteran or a newcomer, this game will keep you occupied for hours on end, and you will want to come back for more, searching areas you have unlocked and discovering secrets that bring you one step closer to becoming the hero you want to be. When comparing Monster World RPG to previous entries, I almost do not want to go back to them story-wise, because this game develops Monster World on a much greater level than the originals and throws in so many twists and turns that it makes the original stories pale in comparison. The custom systems programmed into the game are fantastic. They allow many possibilities for combat and incorporate many popular RPG tropes. Monster World RPG is a game that took a lot of research, love, passion, and hard work to create. It started back in the early 2000s and finally came to fruition in 2017. This is a game by the fans, for the fans. And no, I am not speaking from nostalgia when I say this. Monster World RPG is an absolute classic. It undoubtedly lived up to the originals and impressed me with how passionate fans can be when creating ambitious projects like this. The game is addictive, funny, light-hearted, heartwarming, sometimes corny, and occasionally dark. Not only is this one of the best Monster World games and RPG Maker games, but it is also one of the best fan games ever made. Period. Simply put, this is a must-have for Wonder Boy and Monster World fans. For those who are looking for a new game to pick up on a rainy day, or week, or want to sink their teeth into a good RPG, Monster World RPG is the game for you. Give it a shot. You will be glad you did. A solid and well-deserved score for a fan game that once again proves that fans are where the love is, and that delivers a strong sense of justice for the series as a whole. There were a few hiccups here and there, but none of them significantly took away from the experience I had. 2017 was a great year to be a Wonder Boy fan, and this game is one of the reasons why.